Hazrat Bal also happened when you were the Home Minister. So how was that situation handled?
Which one?
Hazrat Bal in Kashmir.
Hazrat Bal Shrine.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Hazrat Bal, there were some militants who had entered the shrine. We persuaded them, tried our level best. We could send emissaries and request them not to destroy or not to do any damage to the shrine. But in spite of all persuasions, it became rather a difficult job, and that is why ultimately we had to take action and see that all those militants, they were arrested. So fortunately for us, there was no bloodshed. They could be arrested and peacefully they could be taken out.
And in Hazrat also, Mr. Habibullah, Wajahat Habibullah was the mediator from the government side.
I won't remember the name exactly, but the one who had become the Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University.
He had an accident also after that.
Huh?
He had a very major accident also after that, is what I remember from that time.
I won't remember
Anyway.
that.
No, what my question was how, what was the communication like between the center and in Srinagar, and was, like you said, emissaries were sent. So was there a involvement of Pakistan and?
Oh no, Pakistan was nowhere involved in this, and actually Pakistan would add to the fuel to the fire. I could never trust that Pakistan's involvement in any way is going to help the government of India, and that is why we are sending independent emissaries, and the governor was also kept informed because it was not the popular government there, it was the I think the president's rule in that area, and the governor, the present governor, he was the then governor, so he could be kept informed.
And what was the role of Mr. Jagmohan as the governor of Jammu and Kashmir?
Jagmohan came later on.
Yes.
He was not there.
No.
Jagmohan somehow, he had his own perception. Jagmohan was trying to be very strict, and rightly so, because he must be having some kind of information. On the basis of information, some of these important dignitaries, they had to act on it. But that information was not disclosed to me. When I went there, he had a very friendly discussion with me, and he said that in fact the cult of violence and communalism is being taught in the different madrasas that they were having in different parts of the valley. And somehow we have to take action against them. I said, these are after all educational institutions, but unless you have any concrete proof on record, how could you take action against stopping any kind of madrasa? Madrasa is an educational institution. But he was not very happy the way these madrasas were functioning.
Okay, so going back to the Babri Masjid issue again, or going a little bit before that, after Chandrasekhar ji's government had gone and the Congress formed the ministry again. In the meantime, Rajiv Gandhi had been assassinated. You had many difficult tasks in front of you. There was Mandal, which had happened. There was Advani's Rath Yatra, and the Mandir issue was coming. How was your government seeing things when it took power?
I think so far as Mandal Commission was concerned, I was not the Home Minister then. I believe it was Mr. Narasimha Rao. For some time he was the Home Minister and I was in the Defence Ministry then. After Mandal Commission, then after some period as a Defence Minister, when I could go and see some of the border areas, and later on all these things happened, but I don't think that Mandal Commission was there before I took over as the Home Minister.
No, okay. On the Mandir issue, the whole thing was fermenting for a long time. It is fine that the actual days of the demolition was in 92,
Yeah.
but it had started in 90 with the Rath Yatra.
Mhm.
So, were you not taking steps to, stem the tide from that time onwards, from when you took on as the Home Minister?
Actually, it was the state government. I think it was Mulayam Singh who was the then Chief Minister in UP. So he had taken some very stringent action against all those who were, in fact, as a result of the Rath Yatra, it was almost like provoking people for going over to Ayodhya. And it was through, I think, Madhya Pradesh and UP. They could take some action. At that time, the question of central government interfering in the matter did not arise. They had things hotted up thereafter when they were actually making all kinds of preparation, taking over the land. And I am sorry to say that the kind of affidavit that they have filed, I have my own feeling about it. I wouldn't like to express because the matter is still sub judice. So, land was taken possession of. I had personally gone there, seen things for myself, and also requested them that what you have told us and what we find on the ground, they do not tally. I had given instructions to kindly rectify the whole thing and see that what you have promised you will be able to do. They dug the huge area and started some kind of a cement concrete platform. But so long as it was within their area and within their jurisdiction, we had hardly anything to disbelieve that they were just going to have some kind of a symbolic thing, put some more cement there, cement concrete, and that's the end of it. That was how it was given to us. But we never thought that they are going to indulge in this kind of a thing, which later on turned out to be a kind of very major incident, which in fact is against all the assurances that they had given.